Hi everybody, it's the librarian, Miss Cunningham. We're going to do our first video unboxing. Today is November the 12th, Thursday. We're outside on the Commons patio. I know some of you haven't been able to come out here for a while or you're at home. Got this box in from the Junior Library Guild recently and I want to show you what we've got. First book is a graphic novel called The Daughters of Us by M.T. Anderson. I have no idea what it's about because this is the first time I've opened it up, but it's got some beautiful graphics. Looks like it's set kind of like in an enchanted forest in the medieval times. There's a city of wealth and wonder and a history of dark secrets. What else do we have? We've got The Dark Tide by Alicia Jasinska. Every year on St. Walpurga's Eve, this sounds like a fantasy world that I've never heard of. Caldella's witch queen lures a boy back to her palace. An innocent life must be sacrificed on the full moon to keep the island from sinking. Then there's some love happening, all with the cycles of the moon, so you know it's going to be a good one. This looks like nonfiction, so it's Kiyosato from a World War II Japanese internment camp to a life of service. Connie Goldsmith wrote it with Kiyosato. So Kiyo was, she grew up in Sacramento. In 1941, she was taken to an internment camp for World War II. This is a nonfiction, kind of like a biography or autobiography written with the help of somebody else to chronicle her life and what happened to her as a child, and then how she ended up living her life afterwards. Like she ended up devoting her life to service. So there's some pictures, there's actual letters, there's a bit of history, like contextual history, or you want to learn more about Japanese American history, or just you like memoirs and biographies about real people. This could be a good one. Looks like another, it's called 1789. 12 authors explore a year of rebellion, revolution, and change. Okay, we're looking at 1789 in American history, and 12 authors who are writing today, they look back and then they talk about it from their point of views from today. It's going to be for history people, but with a modern take. Another book is Dancing at the Pity Party. This is going to be by Tyler Fetter right here. Whose mom died when she was younger, who does a comic series about her life. I do like comic books sometimes because they can be fun, a fun telling of hard truths, hard stories. There's going to be a bit of grief in here and then getting through that as an adult. We've got the book Burn by Patrick Ness. This is January 1957 in the Pacific Northwest. Sarah Dewhurst and her father are forced to hire a dragon to work on their farm. Wasn't seeing that one coming. Canadian Mounted Police, dragons, and a small town in Washington. So this seems like an interesting combination of multiple genres. I thought it was going to be like small town, nowhere to go, but there are dragons. CRISPR, this is a book explaining the cutting and remaking of DNA. So there you go. We've got the book Running. Mary's dad is running, Mary is rising. And running as in running for, her dad is running for president, so this is a story about, it's fiction, what's going on in her life. Written by Natalie Sylvester. She was from Lima, Peru. She grew up in Florida and Texas. She's won the International Latino Book Award. You want to read a book by a current Texas author, but who is originally from Peru, this is the one for you. Let's see, we have The Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. I have no family, no home, no talent other than fighting. If I am not to be the shadow, then I am nothing. I am tired of being nothing. A queen's royal spy in some fantasy land. We've got category 5. When the storm died down, they rose up. The monster claws right here, so there looks like a storm. Monsters. After the hurricane, some see destruction and some smell blood. I've been waiting for this one. This is Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. So Dean is actually, he usually writes poetry, but this is his first YA novel, so it's his debut. It follows the life of Michael as a mixed-race gay teen growing up in London. Like he's got Greek ancestry and Jamaican, but he's living in the UK, so that follows his kind of like how he's dealing with that living in the UK right now. We have, this is one I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that or not. Bastian is cursed to walk the earth forever, hungry for blood. So it's a new take on vampires. If vampires are your thing. We also have, Breathe Like Water. I saw something about this one. She's a swimmer. And Susana Ramos has always loved the water. She's a world champion because she was so great when she was young. It's a good, positive, real, just real life. Miss Gloria Steinem She's a huge figure in the women's rights movement, so here is a biography. Yep. Let's see, we've got You Say It First by Katie Katugno. Kind of romance, says there's some humor, long distance friendship, state lines, and I'm sure the cover says it all. Let's see, The State of Us by Sean David Hutchinson. Oh, this is another parent runs for president. They probably saved them all to come out in the same year. So Dean's mother decided to run for president, and now Dean is under non-stop scrutiny about his personal life, everything at school, all of his romantics, just everything. So this is another realistic fiction. We've got 3 more. The Court of Miracles also looks like fantasy. You can always tell by the cover. Kester Grant, France. Oh, it's like historical fiction. France, 1829. Paris simmers with unrest following a failed revolution. Nina, she can steal. This might not be fantasy. This might just be purely historical fiction. I could have been wrong, and I'm okay saying that. I don't know. It says that there's a miracle court, so I'm really not sure if it's fantasy or historical fiction or a blend of both. It could be anything. But it's Paris, Revolution times. There's that series out right now that's like Paris, Revolution, and Vampires. That's not what it is. The Fascinators. This is another popular book that's coming out right now by Andrew Eliopoulos. Maybe we're all under somebody's spell. This could be romance or it could be magic. We don't know. It could be both. Sam doesn't know where he'd be without James and Delia, living in a small town where magic is frowned upon. Our school's magic club. They have a magic club at school. And they always send me these stickers. So if you want a sticker, come get one. Here's the books. These are available in the library as of right now. You can come check them out if you need them. If you're at home, you can always go into the catalog, sign in, and find the book, and then put the book on hold. We do curbside pickup with our Books to Go program, but they're there. We're going to put them out on our new bookshelf. So if you need anything, send us messages. We're getting new books hopefully soon. We just put in some orders. So that's it. There's some books.
Of course I dropped the whole stack.